will go anyway.
Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. Hi, Miriam.
Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's not having you. We're both streaming out to each one of our channels, and we thank our replay viewers. Thank you so much for our replay viewers being here, and thank you so much for our live viewers. We appreciate both groups of viewers. Thank you so much for being here. And October is Blindness Awareness Month, and each Monday in October we're doing something to do with blindness awareness. And the guest that we were supposed to have today, who lives in the UK, I mean, he agreed to come today last week, but then I contacted him this morning and I haven't heard from him. So we might be having a different guest today who we had 2 weeks ago, which was Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul. He might be joining us on panel. And I think we're going to be talking about facts about blindness, because Paul already did tell his blindness journey story. And I briefly told my blindness journey story. I don't want to tell my blindness journey story when I have a guest on, because I'd rather have no guess if I tell my blindness journey story, which I briefly did tell last week when I was alone here last week. Last week, Miriam couldn't join us. And I was here by myself, and I did briefly tell you my blindness journey story last week. Everybody, if you and I could go more into detail. Well, I don't know how much more detail I could go into, but I did tell my blindness journey story last week. And today we're doing doodling and Zentangle. So how about Miriam? What will you be doing today?
Doodling and Zentangle.
Oh, for me, I'm drawing like a bird, and then I'll be doing doodling. I'm not going to do Zentangle today, but I'll be doodling I'll be drawing like maybe 2 birds or a flower and a bird, and then do doodling in between the flower and the bird.
Oh, that's perfect. I am doing now some round things. I don't know. I have things that are round, and I am going to use them to have some pieces here. And I did start with one like this, so I can show you what my aim is. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea with the circles. Yeah. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Davey Art with a Pen. And hello, Paul. Paul's Blind for the Soup is in the chat.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Paul.
Please share this out on your channels, you guys. Can you share this stream out on your community tab? Davey, Davey and Jaden, could you share this live stream out on your community tab? Thanks so much. That's a good idea. I'm going to use circles, but first I'm going to finish doing the details of the bird, the head, the markings of the bird. I have this book. It's Artist Reference Songbirds. It's an artist reference book of songbirds. And I also have a flower reference book And then I also have, today I also probably will be using Happy Flower painting where I'm going to draw the flowers though, I might paint flowers, but it shows you step by step how to paint and draw different flowers. I might be using that today, in between my doodling.
Oh, that would be so good.
Thank you. So Miriam's been in a streamathon. How has the streamathon been going?
Oh, it's going so good. Only that I made a mistake with the time zones, but it's okay. We will have 1 hour break. What can I say? I made a mistake, so I told everybody 2 p.m. I don't know why I had in my mind 2 p.m.
Yeah, I know. When every Monday you've been here at 1.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
never mind. That's what happened. That's what happened. So let's see which one. I can use markers again, or I can use. I better use some of this. I need to go to grab my water.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Let's say hello to some more people in the chat. Let's see who else has joined us today. Hi, Pat Lamb. Hi, Neil. Oh, thank you. Neil shared on Facebook. Thank you so much. And thank you, Neil, for. Wait a minute. Was that Neil? Oh, yeah. And then thank you again, Neil, for sharing on your live stream this morning. Paul told me you had shouted out the live stream, my live stream on your live stream. And sorry I wasn't there. And thank you so much for shouting it out on your live stream. Yeah, Neil was our guest last week. I was trying to check your chat. It doesn't. I think all the people from your chat are over on the streamathon, aren't they?
Okay. I'm almost back.
What was that?
I'm almost back. I'm back now.
Oh, you're back. I think a lot of people that usually join on your chat during our live stream, they're at the streamathon, aren't they?
I don't think we are going to have people in my chat. But
Oh.
anyway, it's okay.
And
so I'm going to start to paint this a little bit.
what can you tell us stuff do you know about Zentangle? Do you know anything about Zentangle?
I know a little. Like Zentangle are, first of all, to teach Zentangle, you need to be certified. And I'm not. And I don't
Oh,
know.
you need to be certified.
You need to be certified. But anyway, I know a little about that. And I doodle. I don't do Zentangle. Zentangle, you need to know exactly the, the form. Like I know some flowers in Zentangle because I've been watching one person that does that, and she is very good, and I enjoy it, and I did it. It's like a garden, Zentangle garden, and now I am preparing the surface with a lot of watercolors.
Oh, I'm getting my water-soluble graphite. I got water-soluble graphite that I'd like to use for the bird.
Now, I have some markers that are.
Do you have water-soluble graphite?
I have water soluble, no graphite. Oil pastel.
I have water-soluble colored pencils, water-soluble crayons, water-soluble oil pastels, I think even.
Oh.
If I can find them. I found the water-soluble colored pencils, oil pastels, and crayons, Caran d'Ache, are all together, and yet the graphite isn't in there. Here it is. Here it is, I think. Yep, water soluble by Derwent. Found them.
Yes. This is the fun part.
So for Blindness Awareness Month, I guess I just wanted for a little bit during the stream, like throughout the stream, whenever we have some downtime, I can talk about some facts about blindness. And
Yes.
and one of the facts is that most people don't know this, and I've said this before, and I'm repeating myself, but most people, maybe some people didn't hear it the first time, is that most people think if you're blind, you're totally blind. Like you either can see or you can't see. Most people think if you're blind, you're totally blind, and that's not true. The fact is, around 15% of the world's blind population are totally blind. Only 15% of the world's blind population are totally blind, because blindness is on a spectrum that starts at 2200 vision and then goes all the way to total blindness, with all different levels, with all different variations and kinds of blindness in between. And when your vision is around 2200, 2300, you have no mobility issues, and you have, like, it's an invisible disability, except you do need to use magnifiers for things close up. And does anybody have any questions or experiences they'd like to share in the chat? Please let us know. Questions or experiences that of people you know who've had vision loss, or people, if you've had vision loss or know people that have had vision loss, please share your experiences in the chat or ask us questions.
Yeah. I don't have, like my father had, but that's the extent of people I know, and he had that in the last years.
And
I
did
was
he have color blindness his whole life? He had color blindness his whole life?
Yes, he was colorblind.
And he was a visual artist, so that's amazing.
Yes, he was. It was so funny, but he was. And
Did he work
yesterday,
only in black and white?
no, no.
So if he was
He
colorblind, how did he do it?
also color blindness is different between
Oh, that's
people.
right.
So my father couldn't see tonalities, I think, and some colors he couldn't see them. For instance, the red
Right.
at the lights, traffic lights, he
Oh,
knew where was every one of them, like up, in the middle, or down, because in Argentina it's like that. You have the
right.
red, you have the green, and you have the yellow in the middle. And he knew the position, and with that he managed. But when he started to be blind because of maculopathy, so he still did work, but he needed assistance to go places.
And he was a
But
professional artist.
he was a professional artist.
Yeah.
Yes, today one of my sisters put this picture that I already, someday I did, let me see if I have it here.
What, you say your sister's an artist?
No, yesterday my sisters are artists too. My daughter and my um, granddaughter. My daughter is, let's see, I might have the notification. I have so much notification that I cannot find it like that. So let's go and find my sister and go to art, and then let's go to see. What happened today? I want to see the picture. Oh, there. Here. I don't know if you can see well. This is better.
Oh, I won't be able to see that,
You don't.
but
But
other people
you
might.
do a capture of the. This is my father in his desk. The last years he was in the house in the room, his room, and he had the what he's doing, and on top of that he had the uh, picture that he took for reference. Very, he went used to go to a shop and ask for the picture to do it big, because at that time he didn't go to with computers so much, so he didn't have an iPad or things like that, so he did it at the old school. And then he was really close, and he did it. He did a lot of things. Hi, Liz. How are you? Oh, Diane. I love birds, says Liz, and how important for people to consider the reality of blindness. People need to be accommodated in all our public spaces. Yes, Liz. And Kerry
Oh,
Griffin,
is that Lisa Mingus?
no, Liz Bent. And
Oh, hi, Liz.
it says, Hi Miriam and Diane, just popping in for a quick hello. Unfortunately, I can't stay long, but pleased to see you are safe and well. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much.
Hi, Carrie.
I appreciate you popping up to see. We are okay, even though we have alarms all the time, but it's okay. It's our new reality. And I am doing now something like doodling. So I am preparing a page for that.
Right. For those people that don't know, Miriam comes to us from Israel, so she's dealing with
Unfortunate
all the
word.
situation with that.
Yeah. Oh, Kim is here. Please remember thumbs up. Okay,
Hi,
thank
Kim.
you. Thank you so much. So you are here. I made a mistake because Kim was supposed to start now with the uh,
Because
ah,
you thought it was 2 o'clock.
yes, the Halo scene we made. I made two scenes in the two yesterday and today. I made two scenes, two different scenes, and I love this one, and I love the one that in the new one, this one, and the one he made with the witch. And I will publish this as soon they are finished. And now I am doing doodling.
Yeah, right now my head's in the way of the camera because I'm using my magnifying glass to get up close for the, drawing this bird. Drawing the bird.
Yes, we decided with Diane to stream like that. It was too much to have 4 windows only for you to see our faces.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
We used to do that, and then I just didn't. I wanted to stop doing that, and then I had not done it in a while, and then the day of your streamathon, I messed up. I was like, oh, let me put my face on camera, and I had not done it in a while, and I totally messed up the stream.
Oh no!
I know. Remember, you had to restart your stream.
Thank you, Carrie.
On that special day of the streamathon.
Yeah, I know. You know that last stream I couldn't be here because it was October 7. I didn't realize that. I was very distracted lately, and I didn't want my mood was not good for uh, being in a stream. So I said to myself, better not to go. And poor Diane, I ditched her.
Oh, that's okay. I did all right. And that stream, I can't believe, got 130 views.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
maybe
I don't know how.
maybe it's me, Diane.
I don't know.
We need to check that. I don't want to take away your.
No. No, if I do streams by myself all the time, they will not get that many views. They will not get that many views all the time.
God. Anina, hi. How are you, dear?
Hi, Anina.
Okay. So I'm doing now the lines and everything like that. So to be prepared to start with the doodling. And it's a very big piece, so I'm not going to end it today, of course. But as soon as I have it done, I am going to promote it in Facebook, post it in Facebook. I wanted to say something. It's in regards what I'm doing. I am trying to fill a place that have 2 thin lines around. And sometimes you go a little bit, a little less than a millimeter out. And I used to do such a thing with that. I used to try to fix it, and I did more problems that fixing. So I learned that I need to let it be, and I learned that you don't see it. I see it because I'm so near, and of course, I am hyper vigilant. I want to do everything right, so I hyper vigilant.
So
But
you're hyper vigilant about what?
about the lines, when you feel a line and when you do a line and you go a little bit out, I can tell you it's here. I went out a little bit. You cannot see it. But in the past, I was so like, I wanted that to be perfect. So I tried to fix it and I did it worse. So I understand now that you don't need by any means to be perfect. And if this is not exactly what you wanted, it's okay too. Like now, last time you did that on screens, made it look so easy. I've never tried that. What was that download you suggested, Diane? Please,
What I suggested about what?
she said, last time you did art on screens, made it look so easy. I've never tried that. What was that download you suggested, Diane? Maybe I wasn't here. I don't know what you are talking about.
On
Thank you,
screens.
Very
On screens made it look so easy. I've never. What was that download you suggested, Diana? Anina, are you talking about when I do artwork on my iPad?
Liz, we're talking, not Anina.
It's not Anina?
No, it's Liz Ben.
Liz. Okay, Liz. Liz, are you talking about when you saw me doing art on my iPad? Because if that's the only thing I could think that you're talking about, and I use the
yes, the screen must be the
iPad, and then I use the Procreate app, and the Procreate app can only be used on iPads. It cannot be used on tablets, on any other tablet besides an iPad, and it's very cheap. It's only $10 to $15 for one time. It's highly acclaimed. It's unbelievable. It's a highly acclaimed app, and professionals use it, and it's only a one-time fee of I think it's up to $15 one-time fee, not $15 a month, not $15 a year. It's $15 one-time fee for the Procreate app, and it's a professional app, highly acclaimed, and there's so much you can do with it.
If it's that, this is the name of the app, and you are not going to find it on the Apple app, but in Procreate.
Oh, you're not? Yeah, I got mine on Apple. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought I got mine on Apple. On the App Store. I mean, I thought I got it on the App Store.
No, I think no.
Okay.
Because the first time I went to see if it was there to download it, and I couldn't find it until I went there. But I can be mistaken. It happened more times than what I want. So now I am training my other eye. So I am not seeing so well. But it's only a momentary thing, a temporary thing.
But now I'm doodling inside the tree branch.
Oh, that's pretty. Anina loves birds.
Yeah, I love including birds in my art, and I love hearing birds chirping.
Oh, me too. You know that I don't know what bird is, but here we have a bird. Where are you, babies? Oh, I cannot find I made it, so I will try to find it. Can't find my Posca. I'm mad. I'm really mad. Let's see. Posca. It's not there. It's not there. This is a Posca, but It's not a very... I don't know if it's working. Let's see. Yeah, it's not working at all. Okay.
Did you shake it? Did you shake it? It's important. I heard that the ink, the paint separates. An artist told me the paint separates in the Posca pens, and you have to shake them.
Yeah, I know that we can shake them, all of them, but sometimes even like that, you cannot. I don't know why I still have here all the things that are... that doesn't work. Oh, here, this is not working. Even if you shake it, it's not working. I had a Posca here. Why? What happened to my Posca? Whoa! Posca, come. Well, I have this one. This one is okay too. Maybe it's in the floor.
Which do you like better? Do you like watercolor better or acrylic?
It depends for
I
what.
know it depends, right? It depends. It depends on what.
Depends on the results I want. Depends
Yeah.
on the substrate.
Before I would have definitely say I like acrylic better, but now I'm liking watercolor with acrylic. So I paint like a watercolor background and then paint acrylics on top so I can have that atmospheric background that the watercolor can give. And then I paint acrylic on top of the watercolor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, we are mixed media artists, so we are using everything.
My camera's acting up.
Okay.
Ah, God, it's not showing my bird. It's showing my bird fuzzy. Sorry, everybody. My camera's acting up.
Oh. Raul, how are you?
Hi, Raul.
I also store them lying on their side. Yes, I have here my marker. I put my markers in here, but I use them so much, Terry, that sometimes they have a finish line also. But I used it right now. I finished the stream. I use it in the stream to do this. You see, here's all Posca. And I left it here. I don't know where it went or what I did with it because my markers are all here. And I cannot find it. Okay, never mind.
Maybe it fell on the floor.
Yes, but I cannot see it in the floor either because my dog is on the floor beside me. Maybe it's below my dog. And it won't be difficult that this happens. So I am started with scales with dot inside. Inside of a circle. I shake them. I do like that. That's another thing you can do. It's to do this so the ink goes down. But I need to find. But that was one new that I opened today. I opened this on my stream. I have here. I can use this. Let's see.
Right, Neil, gouache. Gouache is one of the few paints I've never used. I've used many different kinds of paints, and actually gouache is one of the few I've never used. I think I probably would like it. Maybe I'll buy it for myself for in December when I have my birthday. I do a lot of shopping for my birthday in December. December and Christmas. Neil, I didn't know you paint. Do you do some painting?
Um, I used to have different, like I want different lines. So I have this that it's really thin. I have this that it's really big. And I think I had one, but it's not. Huh.
Miriam, have you tried gouache?
Yes, I did. And I love wash. It's I used to use tempera.
Oh, tempera. I use tempera with kids.
Yes, that's exactly. In Argentina, uh, here they use gouache, uh, less quality gouache, of course.
Uh-huh.
But in Argentina, we used to use tempera. But gouache, I tried the professional gouache here, and I love it. I really love it. Okay, what can we do here on the other side? I think for now we are going to do white in here. Let's see if this is working. I don't think that have anything here. Let's see this one. This one is white.
Here, I could ask some, I'm gonna see if they have some trivia for blind trivia.
Oh, that would be so good.
Oh,
But
Paul's gonna come up. Paul's gonna still join us he's gonna join us around 1:30.
oh, perfect.
Oh no, it's 1:40 already.
Oh, so
So maybe
maybe
he's gonna
he,
join us soon. Maybe he's gonna join us soon.
yeah, good.
I'm gonna look up some blind trivia questions.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. I can do here round white first.
Here's an interesting fact. Most blind people have some level of vision, but what they can see differs from person to person. Some may only see light, others may see blurry shapes, figures, or colors. People with total blindness cannot see anything, but it is a misconception that they only see black or darkness.
Thank you, Carrie, for being here. Thank you so much. You know that people that have low vision or problem with nutrition also have different kind of problems. Right.
So what do you mean?
I mean that it's not one cut for all.
Right. Different people experience it differently.
Yes, for instance, there are people that have astigmatism. There are people that have short vision. There are people that have another one that I don't remember, nystagmus. And one thing I didn't remember that my first husband was albino, and he had nystagmus. He had a short, like he couldn't see from afar, and but really couldn't see a lot. He was a musician because he had like perfect pitch, but he couldn't see a lot.
So who are you talking about?
My first husband,
Oh. So he had low vision?
very low vision, very low
Uh-huh.
problems. He had, also he had light intolerance. Yes. Doodling is so nice because you do whatever. You don't need to do something
Yes, that's
specific.
true. Here's a trivia question about blindness. What other name are blind people known by? Is it visually incapable, or two, virtually impaired, three, visually impaired, or four, partially sighted?
I know, but I am not going to
Yeah, can
say
you
it.
answer
So
that in
the
the chat if
chat
you
can say it.
can you answer that in the chat, everybody?
If you know, you know. Tell us.
Oh, blind Neil is telling us a joke. He says it's a bad joke. He says, oh, and Pat Lamb says number three. Let's wait for some more answers and let's see blind Neil's joke. He says, why did the visually impaired guy fall down the well?
Why the visually impaired
Guy
guy?
fall down the well.
I don't know.
Because he couldn't see that well. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Neil. Pat Lamb is right. Let's see.
The tree, yes, visually impaired.
No, it's not all of the above, Paul. Pat Lamb is correct. It's visually impaired.
Well, I call as I want. You are right.
You're gonna call them as they want, as you want.
Yes, I know. I tell him that he's right too.
Let's see. Let's find an interesting question. Here's one that I can't figure out this one, but I think maybe I know the answer. A blind person can pursue all of the following careers paths, except which one can they not pursue? Broadcaster, 1, broadcaster, 2, lawyer, 3, astronaut, or 4, musician vocalist. I'm going to say my guess would have to be astronaut.
Astronaut is not. Of course.
You're saying that's your guess too?
Yes, of course.
That's what I think.
For the others, you only need a MasterCard.
So answer in the chat. What's your guess in the chat?
I don't have answer in my chat. I think my chat went to Teams, or some of them at least.
Paul, are you still going to be coming up on the panel? Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul. Are you still coming up on the panel?
We need you, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. We hope you come up. Hopefully the guest we were supposed to have today, Danny Mac McKenna, I'll get in touch with him this week, and hopefully we're going to get him next week.
Oh, perfect. Yes. That could be so good. Okay. Finish one.
Well, let's see. Do we have any answers in the chat? Let's see. Pat guesses astronaut also.
Huh?
Pat guesses astronaut as well.
Yeah. And you know that with the advance of the
technology,
we could have an astronaut, or at least people that drive soon, because we already have the first automobiles like that don't need a driver.
So
they drive for you.
Automatic car. What are you saying? We might have the first what?
That because of that, we certainly that blind people cannot drive could be something that will change.
Yeah, because with the automatic driving cars.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if I see that in my lifetime. Probably, maybe in 10 years.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know the cost of that.
Oh, the cost.
Yeah,
Yes. It'll be cost
maybe,
prohibitive.
yeah, maybe at first, but
So
yes,
then
you are
when we're
right.
talking about bringing down the cost, that could be 20 years.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So continue with the train.
Train, bus, and Uber.
Yeah. But not all people drive. For instance, I cannot drive. I'm very nervous. When I was a little, like not a little, in Argentina, I was at 18. The only when you were 18, you could drive. So I went to do the exam and I failed.
Oh.
You had 3 times the possibility uh, to take it, and I take it 3 times, and three
Oh,
times
you
I
took it
failed.
3 times?
Yeah. Then you needed to pay again. Okay. So the thing is that at that time they didn't have a circuit, a place to take the exam. They did it in a park, so they had like uh, things, the metal things that they put. So according to the length of the car, you went to one or to another. And they were so like on the dot, Miriam. That is amazing. And Diana, yours is also epic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aren't you on Teams, Raul? I really appreciate you here with us, but I think that Kim might need help, and it's already time, I think. Yeah, it's almost time. Or no, yeah, it's almost time. I am not going to be confused again. No, I can use some markers to give some like spin on that. Yeah, that's better. So much better. Let's do this.
Here's a question that's pretty funny. Okay, what is the question is not funny, the possible answers are funny. Here's the question. What is the correct method of across guiding a blind person according to the South African National Council for the Blind and Others? So here are the answers. 1, drag them by their shoulder and push them hard. Otherwise, they'll go nowhere. 2, let them hold on to your arm, then walk a step in front of them. 3, hold on to their arm and follow them. They know the way.
Okay, the one I didn't laugh. This one is correct.
I say probably let them hold on to your arm, then walk a step in front of them.
Yes, that's. I've been helping a lot of blind people.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know.
That's crazy, those answers.
Yeah. Kick him in the ass and he will walk.
What's your answers in the chat, everybody?
I didn't have.
Okay.
I have 3 people in the chat, and maybe they are very occupied. I'm loving this. Okay, let's do some lines here.
Now I did some doodling inside the bird.
Oh, I love the tree.
Oh, thank you. Okay. A blind person usually identifies another person by what? 1, their looks, 2, their voice, 3, their smell, 4, their walk. Now, see, since I'm not totally blind, I can identify people by their walk. I can identify people by their walk. No, not the smell. I don't do that. Not the smell. Their
I
their
don't
walk,
smell
their
people.
voice. What?
I don't smell people.
I don't. Yeah, unless they're wearing some strong scent. I don't smell them either, unless it's some strong perfume or cologne.
Yeah. I think the voice is one of the best.
Yeah, voice, and for me, the walk. When I was teaching, that's how I used to identify kids. I would identify kids by their voice and also the way they walk and their body language.
Wow.
From across the room. But if they're up closer to me, I can see their face. So then I can identify them by their face if they're up close enough. Oh, here's Paul. Okay, everybody. Paul from his channel, Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul, is joining us now.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Paul. Yeah, hi, Paul. Oh, now I gotta put your channel in the description box. Okay, hold on. That's Paul from Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul.
What? It's not on.
There's some kind of it looks like I'm like being blinded out. You don't see that?
No, it's fine.
All right.
You don't have the lights on, so. Happy
Discoveries and Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, right. Yes, happy. They call it Discovery. They don't still call it Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day.
On
the calendar, it said Columbus Day on my calendar. It said both. It said Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
Most people.
So then, and it's still a federal holiday. Both are actually.
Yeah, I think it is.
But the political version of it, where you don't offend anybody, you just say Discoveries Day.
Oh,
that's not why. It's because Columbus,
I just read it on friggin' Google. Okay.
It's because Columbus was in our.
I know everyone knows why you're not supposed to say, we all know what Columbus is and what he, so the political correctness of it is to say Discoveries Day, is what I'm trying to say. But it's still officially Columbus Day. It's more like a social thing. Like, you know, when you go to Britain, you have to turn your spoon a certain way in your cup. That kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on, guys?
Well, we're talking. Did you hear the funny? We were doing some blind trivia questions. Did you hear this funny one that we did?
Yeah.
Oh, you got. Did you hear this? Let me read this funny one. The question's not funny, but the answers are. They say, "How do you?" So hold on, let me find it. What is the correct method for guiding a blind person, according to the South African National Council for the Blind? Is it 1, drag them by the shoulder and push them hard, otherwise they'll go nowhere? 2, hold their hand and then walk beside them. 3, let them hold on to your arm, then walk a step in front of them. Or 4, hold on to their arm and follow them. They know where they're going.
Yeah. It's interesting, you know, I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But in my experience, it's not obvious for people.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. And I said one more. You didn't read mine, Diane.
Oh, what was yours?
Kick him in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
You walk.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need a good kicking in the ass.
Ah, well, I think that could be for another reason.
No, seriously, like, you know, I know that you had a question about, or I think you mentioned something about, you know, different varieties of blindness. So I'm legally blind, but I have some vision, but I still use a cane for mobility issues. So every time I come with a cane, doctor's office, they're getting better at it though, by the way. But you know, if I come across somebody new or something, and then I'm like, okay, let's go to where, you know, take me there. They want me to lead. And I'm like, no, you don't want a blind man to lead. No, I follow you. I can see well enough that I can at least see part of your body and I can follow you. And if you make it through an area, I will make it through. So there's like the trust thing like that. If I lead, and maybe the cane don't catch everything, I might lead you into a wall. Don't follow me, man.
And this is at a doctor's office you're talking about, right?
Huh? What was that?
This is at a doctor's office you're talking about, right?
Yeah, doctor's offices, they're all like, they're telling me where to go and they're going to watch me. So I think what it is people are unsure and they, oh my God, he's blind. And then they want to watch me so that maybe if I fall, they'll catch me or something. But
yeah, maybe something like that.
It could be, you know, it's something like that. Like,
or they forget it.
Yeah. In other words, I guess in the back of their brain, they're thinking, can I trust you to follow me? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's like that.
But regardless of, even if you couldn't see, you know, that's when you need, you know, guidance where you grab the person's arm and so on and so forth. And you ask them those things. You just don't go and do it.
Yeah, you should ask them.
I've heard stories about people just, you know, are unsure to cross the crosswalk on a busy street, and somebody would just come out of the blue and say, hello, I'll help you, and grab your arm and start, you know, pulling on you. That's terrifying for a blind person.
Yes.
But you know what? People are not, hey, I was sighted, or pretty much sighted enough to drive and work in a manufacturing and get married, raise 2 kids, all that stuff, and then lose it all pretty much at age 53, which was 7 years ago. I'm 60 now. Anyway, I forgot my point. When you turn 60, you forget.
Yeah, I was thinking you're probably dwelling on the fact, oh God, 60.
I wasn't looking forward to it.
Yeah.
No.
Don't forget your particular way, and get out and say, what a strange world. You forget that you are legally blind because you are 60.
Yeah. That could be. I forget my cane sometimes when I walk out of the store. And I'm like, oh my God, how does a blind man forget his cane? I keep doing that.
Or like at a restaurant, you forget?
Well, yeah, because, you start, if you're in a familiar area, like a store, for example, and then you put your cane to the side and you're looking at something, sometimes I catch myself walking away forgetting about the cane.
Yeah.
Well, I forget my cane. I have a cane that it's also a chair. And I bought it for a trip that we made to Madrid. I was in my wheelchair, but for the moments that I couldn't be in the wheelchair, I had this. And I forgot it on the airport.
See my new cup?
Huh? Oh, love it.
Yeah, let me see. What's it say?
Oregon. It's a night silhouette all around this. This mug is huge. And it's very heavy.
What was Miriam saying?
I'm sorry, Miriam.
No, it's okay. I forgot my cane, and it was a new one, and I bought the more expensive one, and I bought it for a 3-day trip to Madrid. And when I came back from Madrid, I left it unattended, I think, on the airport, because you have the wheelchair and you have the suitcase and you have your everything that you need to take care of. Then I forgot it. Unfortunately, they found it. So
that's good.
but yes, you can't forget things because you are not getting younger.
No, I'm not. That's the problem.
Me neither.
For one time, well, we were going to go on our honeymoon cruise and stuff, and we were catching the train into the city before we catch where did we catch it? I forget where we caught the cruise out of, but we had to get on a train to go somewhere, and I get on the train, and later on I'm like, and then later on we're all the way in the city, and I'm like, I forgot my backpack at the train station.
Oh man.
Oh my God, it's sitting on that bench. Ever since that day, I always make a point to look behind me on my seat where I just was sitting to make sure I didn't leave anything. And I was like, luckily what happened was we have friends that work on the train, because my husband's connected with the train. He was an employee for the train for driving trains. And so we had one of our friends who was a conductor. He was in that area, and he got the backpack before anybody else did, and he got that backpack and picked it up for us and held on to it.
Cheers to that worker.
Yeah.
And
I was,
yeah,
I
and
was,
and
yeah,
no,
I was
there's no vodka in
mortified.
here. It's just coffee.
Yeah.
Did everyone have a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was very nice weather.
Yeah.
So I took a long walk yesterday while I was talking on the phone for an hour. I walked 3 3/4 miles yesterday.
Wow.
Hey, Diana, you're not going to get in trouble if people see me vape on your channel. Are you?
Oh, what is that? Like smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, but it's vaping. Yeah, it's kind of like smoking cigarettes. But
I don't know what YouTube rules are.
Me neither. We will find out, Paul.
I mean,
Don't
they
worry.
have vaping channels. I mean, well, Christ,
Well, if they have
cannabis.
vaping channels, then okay, I guess. Oh, so you quit smoking, but now you vape?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I love it, man, because now I can be inside. I don't have to go outside. Matter of fact, I can vape while I'm at the table eating. It's great.
Paul,
And it's just like, it tastes just like a cigarette. I could not tell the difference. My
Oh,
very
fine.
last cigarette, I had my vape in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And I smoked the cigarette, and then I'd smoke the vape, smoke the cigarette, smoke the vape. I could not tell the difference, honestly.
Mm-hmm. What, Miriam was going to say something?
Yeah. Can I pop your bubble?
She's going to pop your bubble. She's going to pop your bubble.
Do you prefer not to and continue believing that? It's up to you.
What was that, dear?
If I can talk about vaping and it's not something good, or do you prefer to continue not knowing?
Not knowing what?
Yeah, not knowing the bad thing a negative thing she's going to tell you about vaping.
Oh, yeah, no, you have to know what you're doing for one, yes. Yeah.
Well, do you mind if she says something?
No, go right ahead.
Go ahead, Miriam. You can say it.
Yeah, you're not going to offend me.
Okay, so vaping, it's a wet medium.
Wet medium.
Wet medium. So it goes to the lungs, and it make like bad for the lungs. So only that.
It makes what for the lungs?
Bad, she said.
It's bad because it's wet.
Oh, I see.
So, it's no good for the lungs. But everyone could do whatever. I quit. I think more than 5 years ago. And I
would agree with that, Miriam. But I think it's better than cigarettes. So there is an alternative. It's still a crutch, but you got to know what you're doing. I researched a lot of stuff. Oh my God, you can destroy your lungs if you don't know what you're doing in one puff.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, because and a lot of it is those disposables. I don't trust them. I mean, I have a disposable, but it's a cannabis one. And out here in Oregon, they're kind of reputable. So, but generally speaking, if you're like driving down the road and you just go to a gas station and you're hankering for something, and so you grab a vape, and it's cheap, it's made in China. The electronics in it is like not as stringent as, let's say, mine's a pod system. It's not disposable. I can take the top off, fill it, change the coil inside. I can regulate the temperature of the wattage. the wattage I can adjust, all that stuff. Those disposables, sometimes they're you know, I read an article, a very good article about vaping, and they can be, you know, you could be cooking your lungs,
Oh boy.
you know, almost in the thousands of degrees with some of these devices, because they burn so hot. So you don't need it to be that hot. If you have like a mod system like mine, I'm vaping on the juice that goes in this thing is salt. It's just salt water. It's salt water, and it has a couple chemicals in there that are natural, and they're not toxic, but there are some in these disposables to let it, you know, flow better, and for it to, it's like a preservative in this I forget what it was called. It was called E something. Do you remember what it was called, Lise? No? Okay. Anyway, the stuff I get is not in there. So you have to do your research, and, you know, you have to, you know, go to a reputable smoke shop if you're thinking about doing this safely, because Marion's right. I mean, it's really not good for you, but neither are cigarettes. So cigarettes are worse. The tar, all that stuff. The technology for the vaping, the research is starting to come in, and they, you know, tweak on the temperatures. Oh, we don't need to be that hot. You're gonna, you know, and so on and so forth. So I'm on this vape oil, they call it. It's just, it's salt water and tobacco flavoring. That's it.
Hi, Big Mole and AZ. Welcome.
And I only use 6 milligrams of, you know, there's 6 milligrams of nicotine in it to help me with the nicotine. And then the rest of it is just the water vapor, like Marion says. It's all vapor. So yeah, you know, you gotta know and watch what you're doing. I only vape on 11 watts. That's nothing. This thing can go all the way up to 80. I don't know how people can smoke at 80 watts, but I don't know what the actual temperature of that is, but I would imagine it's pretty hot. Anyways, you got to know what you're doing. But I love it because it's one step closer, better than me smoking cigarettes, and then maybe I'll progress to. It's all basically, you know, it's all basically a mouth fix, and I get to see the cloud of the vapor cloud. It's tricking my brain that I'm smoking a cigarette and enjoying those days. I can't believe it. It's just like smoking that. I feel like I'm cheating, you know, like, is this true, you know? So, but you know, it's just like with anything. If you overindulge, you're going to start feeling some things. You may have a sore throat or be coughing, you know, because it's not like a cigarette, where, you know, you smoke a cigarette or even a half a cigarette, you know, a lot of times I used to roll my own, and then I just put it, you know, smoke a half of it. And when you roll your own, you can actually let it you know, extinguish, and then relight it, and it's fine. The other cigarettes, no, you can't do that. Anyway, that cigarette would last me, but, you know, I could, you know, draw on this for a good hour, you know, every other 30 seconds, you know, I'm watching a YouTube, and I'm, you know.
So is it like almost all day long you're vaping?
Yeah, it kinda, it's a fix. However, this this whole top lasts me all day. So in a 24-hour period, roughly, it's 2 milliliters, and 2 milliliters at 6 milligrams of tobacco, you can get all the way up to in the 40 mark. I'm only at 6 milligrams of nicotine in the vape juice with, tobacco flavoring. And that is equivalent to about 20 milligrams of nicotine, which is basically about a cigarette and a half.
Hi, Wisconsin Greg. Welcome.
But I'm kind of vaping all day. There's no way you're going to smoke a cigarette and a half in one day, all day. That's not going to last you all day, constantly.
I remember when I did the course to stop, quit smoking, because I was smoking since 14, the age of 14.
Mm-hmm.
But I quit several times alone. Once was when I had my kids, like with the first one, I quit smoking immediately. Even I didn't know that I was pregnant, and I felt so bad, the taste, that I quit. And then I realized I was pregnant. So I didn't smoke for 10 years. That were all the years that I had kids, because I had 5. Well, it was almost one every 2 years. And when my little one had 1 year old, I started again. And then I couldn't quit alone. So I did it once with a course, and I stopped. But I think for a year or something like that, then I started again. So the second time, when I did all that again, and I didn't smoke again, you need to do like that. For instance, you say, I am smoking X per day. Perfect. So you need to go down from there every day, once less, one less, one less.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you have 1. But you do it so gradually that it's not so bad that you only have 1 to go. So I quit like that. I think.
How long did it take you?
It took me 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And when I had
how much were you smoking a month approximately, or a day?
2 packages.
Two packs a day. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Going and just doing that in 2 weeks. That's good.
So first of all, you have a grid, and you need to put. It was like stickers with a grid, and I put them on the packet of cigarettes. So I couldn't cheat. Like if I take one, I know that I need to write. So I wrote the time and the sensation.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was really like irreplaceable for me, because there are times that you take a cigarette. What was the motive that you took the cigarette? I was bored, I was anxious, whatever. And at that period, you don't need to quit smoking. You can go on. So that you need to go on because you need to see. And then we did some exercises about the money that we spend and the money that we will save if we don't smoke. The bad thing is that I quit smoking and I started the channel. So now I spend the same amount of money in supplies.
And
supplies.
and you okay? So you replace cigarettes with what?
The YouTube channel.
Oh, the
Artsy
YouTube channel. Oh, bless your heart, Mary. But, oh, by the way, we're still praying for your health and safety, and we're sorry about what happened to your pharmacy. Did they get that all straightened out, or are you still in trouble?
We are in trouble. We are in big
Yeah.
trouble. Yeah.
Boy, oh
Thank
boy.
you.
We're gonna
I
pray.
will-
Keep praying.
Yeah, please. And today we had one alarm, and we heard because the other alarm was near us, and we heard it, but it limited you because I cannot go now in good conscience to visit my Andrew, for instance. He is in the south, so
Oh yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
now it's worth here, but I need to go on the train, and you don't know when could be an attack. If we had the schedule and they told us, okay, 8 will be in that place, 9 will be in another, but we don't have that. So
Yeah.
Hi, Anthony.
Anthony,
But-
hello.
Anthony, hi. How are you? So yeah,
Well, hopefully all this will come to an end real soon.
hopefully. I don't know.
But you know that whole region and over by the Middle East and stuff. I mean, further east and all that, and over even by Ukraine, where Russia and Ukraine are fighting in that region, where my father's from. At one point it was Poland, and now it's Ukraine. Those areas have been fighting each other for over 600 years.
Yeah.
Back and forth. 600.
Wow, 600 years.
Yeah. Especially the Middle East. But I mean, if you Google Lviv, Ukraine, when Russia owned it, it was Lvov when it was communist rule. And then the Poles took it. And then I think after the Poles, the Ukrainians took it back from the Poles. Something like that. It's that because Lvov or Lviv now, Lviv is a very industrialized, rich region. So it's an important big city, and Russia wanted it, Poland wanted it, Ukraine wanted it. So Ukraine's got it right now. But if you Google that region, there's all kinds of history about just the city itself, Lviv. There's go back 600 years. It's crazy. So, and that's kind of like what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, they shoot a few missiles one way, then they shoot a few missiles back, and then it's quiet for a few months. And then it does it. That's been going on for decades, but now it's getting more intense. It's starting to affect more people now. and now it's getting really serious. I hope it ends. At least this part of it. This is too much, you know.
Yeah.
It's senseless, really. I mean, on both sides, you know, everyone involved. It's senseless. I don't understand how us as human beings can actually do that to each other. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
If Mother Earth doesn't swallow us up whole, we certainly will destroy each other. It looks like we'll eliminate the species, acting the way we are. We're supposed to be loving each other and helping each other, not killing each other.
There are a lot of people that do that.
And now it's, just really, really intense period right now for the whole world. And I think there's going to be a change, a switch. The energies, good and bad. I think the good is starting to reveal itself. You can see all the bad people over the decades in Hollywood alone. All those people are now getting caught, and there's justice in the world, So it seems like it's going to the good, but it's just like any storm. It's going to be a little rough seas. Speaking of rough seas, there was a rescue this morning over on the coasts. There was today we have a lot of it's a beach advisory or a surf advisory, and so you're getting like 8-10 foot waves coming in, crashing on the rocks, and a lot of people like to go to these state parks and walk on these rocks near the ocean, thinking they're safe, and then a sneaker wave comes by and knocks you off that rock. So there was a rescue this morning, and the person made it. I don't know what happened to them later, but they got rescued. Helicopter came over there, right over by the ocean, right where the rocks were at Ocala State Park. And the helicopter's hovering, and then the National Guard, he comes down on that rope. They let him down, and he's hovering, and the waves are coming and crashing. And now he's trying to maneuver to be on the rock where the guy is that he's rescuing. And now he gets finally on that rock, and as he's trying to hook the guy that needs to be rescued, hook him all up, and they go up together, waves are coming in, crashing all around him, and he's covering him, and it's unreal. Kudos to the Oregon National Guard, Coast Guard. Sorry, Coast Guard.
Really?
But it's funny, everywhere you go, there's signs. If you listen to the weather radio, it says do not walk on jetties, rocks. Even goes into detail why. All because they're wet and slippery. Things that are just common sense. And people, they just want to go to that edge. And sadly, there's been some
thrill seekers. Thrill seekers.
And then there's then you hear about some 12-year-old girl or 14-year-old girl out there. Really gets me angry when that happens, and a wave comes by and she's gone. They can't even find her. That Pacific Ocean she's beautiful, but she scares the hell out of me. There's no way. I'll go up to my knees. That's it. There's no way I'm screwing around out there in a wetsuit too because it's cold water. No way. You know where I am? I'm on the bluff with a tequila in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm not in that water. Are you crazy?
You can feel that undertow, even if you're up on your knees, even but in your ankles. You can feel how strong in the Atlantic Ocean. You can feel how strong that undertow is.
Yeah, it's scary. I'm telling you. And if you're not paying attention, those rip currents when there's a beach warning for that, I mean, you get into one of those, you can be out 200, 300 feet, 400 feet away from shore instantly.
Oh, God.
Like you got shot out of a cannon. And then people try to swim straight and they can't. They get tired and they drown. So if that ever happens,
they say swim parallel
to go sideways,
right?
on an angle, slight angle, and keep going and going until you make it to shore. It's going to take a lot of energy, and you better know how to swim. If you don't have the energy and you don't know how to swim, don't go out there. If you want to live.
That's important if you want to live.
Anyway. Yeah. But it's fantastic in the winter here.
Except for the rain, right?
No, yeah, but I mean, it's still beautiful in the rain. It's Lisa and I, we're used to, 20 below, 6 inches of snow blowing around.
Okay, compared to that.
Even though it's the handicap spot, it's still a long way to the grocery store when that friggin' wind's blowing and it's -20 with snow whipping in your face. We're out here driving, in January, it was a lot of rain, but it was 62 degrees.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
And then when it doesn't rain, that's when it's cold. So when it rains, it's warmer. When it doesn't rain, it's cloudy. And then you're talking 50, 48. But that's better than, I'll take 50, 48 all winter long. Are you kidding me? We never went under 32 degrees only for 7 hours. The whole season. There was one day we got to 32, and when I was looking at the hour by hour, and maybe that's a little excessive, you think, but I have all my pipes are above ground because we don't freeze like that out here. So my water pipes and everything, and my pump house, everything,
wow,
all above ground. So I've got a heat lamp in there in case it starts going below 32. So that's why I was watching the hour by hour. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to. This isn't just for 1 hour, and this is 7 hours. I better be safe and turn on the heat lamp. And then turn it off. But that was the only time the whole season. I remember living in Illinois, northern central Illinois. We had one year we were below freezing for high, I'm talking about. And then the low, we were never above freezing for 90 days straight. 90 days straight. I think that was in 20.
That's because the El Nino thing got caught in a staying pattern.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the winter that we had snow that never melted, because usually it snows, it melts, it snows, it melts. It was the winter that the snow never melted and just stayed on the ground, and they were saying it was because the El Nino thing was in a staying pattern.
Yeah. Equal. Equal. They call it equal something. I forget. But yeah.
We
Anyway.
don't have snow. So I don't know.
You don't want it.
No.
Pretty. I like it. Snow is pretty, but I don't like picking it up.
It's how long is it pretty?
It's pretty to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Diana, how long is it pretty? A day, maybe two, and then after the
like
third day, you're like,
1 or 2 days, and then cleaning it up is such a hassle.
yeah, and then the traffic and the slush and everything starts turning black and brown, and then all the animals pissing around everywhere, and you see yellow.
I don't want it.
I'm just playing around, guys. I'm just having fun today.
Here's another trivia question with funny answers for blind trivia. Hold on. Why do a lot of blind people have dogs? Listen to these funny answers. Well, 1, because dogs can physically guide them. 2, because dogs are the best friends blind people can have. 3, because dogs are always there, unlike people. 4, because all blind people like dogs.
That's almost all the above. Almost.
Yeah.
Except for the last one. Not everyone loves dogs, whether you're blind or not. But the rest of it, yeah, for sure.
You still have your cat?
Yeah, we still have Piccolo. She's doing good.
Man.
She was having a little issue with allergies. On the end of her tail, it looked like, at first it looked like fleas, but it wasn't. It's like it's a complete different environment for her out here than it was in Illinois. So
did you ever consider getting a seeing eye dog?
At the beginning, no, because I have Lisa, and then I had a good bus transportation if I need. I mean, I didn't think I traveled enough to, because you need to use those dogs almost every day.
Oh,
and I don't. I'm at, I'll go out once, twice a week. That's it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, the longest I've gone is like 2 weeks, especially here. So, but I've been thinking about it more, that maybe I should try to get one, and then I can just move around a little more.
Oh.
The terrain here is hard to navigate. So it's not really safe for me, but maybe if I have a guide dog, I can, walk around the around me. There's no paved. There's gravel. That's it. Gravel roads, culvert ditches,
ditches aren't good.
Yeah, there's ditches, everything. I mean, just the mailbox alone, there's a big mound right behind it, and then there's a 2-foot drop in front of it, and you have to be. Yeah, I've caught myself in that sucker before. So now I approach it from the street. I make sure I'm like, yeah, I could probably reach to the mailbox from where I'm standing, but I'm going to go the long way and do a U-turn. That way I'm approaching the mailbox exactly forward. You know what I mean? Without stepping in a hole somewhere. Because there's like a low spot right there, I think, to the right of it. Anyway, I think a guide dog might help me with that. So I might. I don't know. I'm thinking more. It's more of a possibility now. You know, I'm getting older. This is a way of me getting out more, and maybe I should go out more than just once or twice a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been watching some of these people with these dogs. Man, they can go fast.
Oh.
You know, the cane kind of slows you down, but where's Miriam?
Oh,
Oh, there she is.
She's being
still
quiet.
there. I see her hand there.
Yeah, I am here.
Good. Any more questions or
Yeah,
trivia?
let me see. Okay. Okay, hold on.
Are we trivialists?
What was that, Miriam?
If are we trivialists?
Yeah, she's looking up more trivia.
Yeah, I have to change. Now I have to look up a new one because we kind of used up most of the questions.
Really? I mean, yeah, I was surprised that there was even any. Like, remember we did this, but we created our own questions with answers.
Yeah.
Hey, Davey. What's up, mate?
Hi again, Davey.
Hi.
Like the British would say, I'm just having a bit of vape.
Okay, here we go. 5. These aren't questions, but here are some interesting facts about blindness. 5 facts about blindness and the blind. These are facts. Well, interestingly enough, blind people do not have heightened senses, they're saying. Let's see, another fact. Blind people dream when they're asleep. Blind people can use computers and smartphones. Blindness is not being in the dark. Blind people don't have to look blind.
This sounds like some kind of, the way they word it, it sounds like it's broken English.
Oh, broken English?
Or maybe some AI generated stuff.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Even Marion's picking up on that, and she's in Israel, for crying out loud, and she figures it out. Something doesn't add up.
Yes, exactly.
I think that does come from AI. It says Envision AI.
Yeah, there you go. So part of it's true, but the way it's worded, it doesn't make sense. But yeah.
5 questions you've always wanted to ask a blind person.
Okay, what are the this is who was surveyed, by the way?
I don't know. Where does this come from?
Like, where did they get this information from, or who is it?
I think this might come from let's see. I think this might come from. It says Envision AI, but that was the questions. I don't know where this comes from. With the
okay,
or it might come from let'senvision.com.
Oh, that Envision. I think that isn't that a company?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, so they got some kind of This might be one of their.
Do people who lose their sight later in life have the ability to learn Braille? Well, I wouldn't want to learn Braille. I think that would be really hard.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is strange because anybody can learn it.
Learn, of course.
It doesn't matter when you're never too old to learn it.
Well, but it is harder to learn a second language when you're older. It's much easier when you're a child. It's much easier to learn second languages.
Well, honey, Honey, everything is easier when you were a child.
Well, I don't know about that. No, see, a lot of times in school districts, they have you learning second languages in middle school. Middle school is not the right time to start learning a second language. It's supposed to be like in kindergarten, first grade is when the time to start learning a second language.
Right. You're right. You're right.
I started to learn my third language in middle school, and it was English. I've learned Spanish because my mother, my father, my country spoke Spanish. Then when I started kindergarten, I learned also Hebrew. And for English, I needed to wait till middle school. So you can learn languages at any.
No, but it's easier to learn them when you're in kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah, Diana's talking about it like biologically, it's better. You know, the way your body, when you're a child, you're like what they call a sponge. You take everything in. And when you're older, you're not taking as much in. And why is that? Because now you have an opinion or form an opinion or believe in something. When you're a child, you don't know nothing. So you're a sponge. Yeah. So the stuff is always around there for you to learn. You just got to break down the walls. Holy
I never
you know what? I should be a philosopher. Oh my God, that was brilliant.
So here's a second question that you've always wanted to ask a blind person. What is the right way to guide someone who is blind? Well, the best way is first ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask them, how may I help you?
Or identify yourself first, like, hello, you know. I come across situations like that where they're, you know, hello on your left, hello on your right, coming behind you. Hello on your right. Do you need help with something? You know, that kind of stuff. That little stuff means a lot.
Yeah.
It helps the person that's impaired to assess the situation and now is put at ease and has a picture in their mind, if they can't see that well, where, oh, there's a person on your, and you know, if you've had sight before and kind of know what things used to look like, you can picture it in your head.
Yeah.
And by them saying that, you're like, okay. And it's almost as if you can see. And it was just simply being courteous, saying, you know, adieu, hello, sir, I'm on your right. Is there anything that you need help with? You know,
then Pat said something funny. She says, common sense apparently is not so common.
No, it's not, is it?
And she said she has made a cross-stitch sampler in Braille.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow.
See, Diana gets all these talented people in here.
Yeah.
You know, my mother used to say that common sense is the less common of the senses.
Oh man, you know what? I bet you your mom was a riot. I would have had, you know, it would have been nice to meet her.
She is still.
My dad had all kinds of crazy things, you know, make the hay when the sun shines, that kind of stuff.
Here's the next question. Do blind people have any sensation of light or color? Yes.
Could be.
Yes, some.
Depending on whether you're, because there's all levels of blindness in between 2200 vision. That's where legal blindness starts, all the way to total blindness. And I'm not so sure about total. I think there are some people with total blindness that can still see light. I'm not sure about that. I think so.
Yeah.
Well, here's the fifth question. What type of assistive technology do blind people rely on the most? They don't give answers here.
Well, that's a good one. Then let's talk about that. That's a good one. I like that. You should circle that, Diane.
Okay.
You know, for whatever, maybe one day we'll use it again or something. But yeah, that's a good one.
I think it depends on the blind person, but maybe they're
yeah, on the individual, what he does or what she does.
I rely on.
I think the most I rely on is text to speech.
Yeah, I use that a lot.
Excuse me, speech to text.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
I use that a lot. That is like the most amazing thing to have. It makes a lot of mistakes sometimes, though.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta go back, but it's sure better than typing one letter at a time with these big sausage fingers I have on my phone. So I know, Diana. Get a tablet. Get a tablet.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that
about it for years. You've been talking about it and making me sick, so go do it.
Oh, funny.
When they say assistive tech, they mean technology. So they're talking about technology. So yeah, speech to text I use probably the most.
Yeah.
And also text to speech through my Orcam reader. I guess I would use that second most. But if you're talking about technology, I guess that does not include magnifiers because I use magnifiers the most. Unless I am going to be getting a digital magnifier through the Bureau of Blindness, but that's going to take months to get because they're very slow moving. They're a slow moving organization, and it costs $1,000, and they're going to either pay for it all or help pay for most of it.
For what, Diana?
A digital magnifier.
Oh.
A handheld digital magnifier. That's the one I tried out all different kinds of devices at the Eye Institute recently. All the different kinds of, like, I tried a bioptic telescopic lens. Yeah, I didn't like it. It didn't work well for me. I tried other kinds of lenses. I tried different sizes of digital magnifiers, screen readers, big giant screen reader that I wouldn't even have the space for it on my desk.
And you have somewhat functional vision. You're 20/200, but because your central vision isn't there and you have to rely on your peripheral, are you really seeing 20? I mean, well, yeah, you would be seeing almost legally blind.
Yes, I see. That
even people with good vision.
Because your central vision is your most acute vision, peripheral vision. But people think your peripheral vision is way out the sides of your eye. It's not. Like, if your peripheral vision gets smaller the closer I look at something. So if I'm looking at something close with my magnifier, my peripheral vision is my central vision is very small.
Oh yeah, I never really thought about it that way.
And if I'm looking at something really up close to my magnifier, I feel like I'm looking right at it. I feel like my central vision is working. But then the further away you get, then your central vision gets bigger.
So the trick you do where you focus on your peripheral, you need to be further away.
No, I could be close up with my magnifier.
Oh, you can? Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. No, there's no trick about it.
Yeah, but why isn't the digital one work then for you? That bioptic? How does that work?
I don't know, but first let me give an example of what my central vision. So suppose I'm standing and I'm looking out at a road, right? I can see all the peripheral vision of like what's around the road and stuff like that. If I keep staring straight ahead and watch a car will drive, and I see it come from the right, and all of a sudden it drives through my central vision and I don't see it at all, and it comes out the other side.
Right. So when you want to see where that car went, with your center. You're constantly
So I
moving
scan a
your
little
eyes
bit. Like
left and
scan
right.
just a little bit off. Like your
Yeah,
peripheral vision.
you're like scanning kind of, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking at something up close with my magnifier, I practically feel like I'm using my central vision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get used to it, and yeah. I mean, there are times I'm in the
We
trunk.
are out of time, Diane.
Oh yeah, it's 3 o'clock. So
Oh,
Miriam has to go. She's in a streamathon.
all right.
I'm
Well, the party's over, I guess, guys.
Yes, it's 10 p.m. here also.
Yes.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
I
Yes,
got
thank you so
I
much for
hope to
joining us
see you
today,
again.
Paul, and everybody that's in the chat. Thank you so much. I hope I said good. Let me
Just
see.
remember, everyone, shine on, love, shine on.
Yeah, it says Pink Floyd, right? Bye, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you all in the
Okay.
chat.
See you next Monday, everybody. We do this every Monday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, yes, yes.